One of the biggest challenges that I'm learning is that sometimes, and I think it's in the world, I'm not even going to say our industry, the metrics move for Black people. With white people, they can achieve ABC and they'll be seen as this. For us, you're like, hey, I did ABC. And they're like, oh, well, not yet. It's not time. And I'm a very patient person. I'm very gracious, but I also am like, that's not right.
Hey, y'all. Welcome back. We have a really fun, interesting first time on the We Got Notes podcast. We have a guest. It's
Yes,
going to
we
be so
do.
much fun.
I love it, man. This because this is what we do. We love talking to people, particularly like famous people, like superstars. Like, do the honors for me introduce our guest because this is gonna be good. This is gonna be great.
It's going to be so much fun. So, for season 2, episode 2, we're going to get into what everyone is talking about, Beauty and Black. And we have the lead actress, Taylor Pollard Williams.
Hello, hello.
How you doing?
I am doing great, bright and early.
It's all good though. It's all good though. That show was so damn addictive. I'm, I'm like, I'm sitting at home. I'm just cursing Tyler Perry out. I'm like, Tyler, you done did it again. But Taylor, I will ask you this. This is a great look. You're number one on the call sheet. You're the lead. Kimmy, damn near a superhero. I love that character. What's the first thing that Tyler Perry ever said to you?
The first thing ever,
Ever?
the first thing is this is actually a funny story. So I actually had a call back. This is 2023. I had a call back for a film. I'm in a hotel in LA. They had it like in this conference room, and that was kind of interesting because typically you go to like a casting director's office, and I was like, "Why is that a hotel? What?" But I go and everything's copacetic. Like, everybody's there in the waiting room, and it was weird too because since COVID and since the strike, everything has been so virtual. So I was like, "Man, I'm back in a waiting room. I hate it here." So I walk into the room, mind you, typically for callbacks, they'll list on the email, casting director will be there, director will be there, whoever. And there was nothing. It just said, I figured it would be Kim Coleman, who's the casting director. I walk in and Tyler Perry's sitting right there. I don't know if you've ever met him, but he is a big man. He is 6'6", like he's huge. I'm 5'2.5" on a good day. So I walk in and every ounce of professionalism in me was like, just do your job. I was like, what Perry? What is he doing here? But I walk in and he's very hands-on. So it wasn't Kim being like, hey, Taylor, come on in. He said, hey, come on in. I already saw your tape. I don't need you to do the first scene. You do the second scene. Ready whenever you are, go. And I was like, I took a breath and I did it. And he was like, let me see the first scene. I was like, okay. So I did the first one. He was like, bye, see you later. And I was like, I think that was good. I think that was a good thing. I don't know. And then a few hours later, I got the call about another movie, which would be Divorce in the Black. And they said, Tyler loved you. Would you be interested in reading this other film that he has? And I was like, of course, I'll read it. And I'm thinking I'd go in for an audition for it. And after I read it and said, yeah, I like the role, he offered it to me. So I didn't even have to read for it. And that began our relationship, our working relationship.
Oh no, that's a great story though. But you were exactly right. I remember the first time I met Tyler Perry, I did not realize that he is gigantic.
He's a
Like I'm
big dude.
and I'm 6'2". Like in Hollywood, I'm not looking up to many people. I'm
Right.
like, oh, okay. so
Up
so tell
up
me
to everybody, but yeah, him
no,
specifically.
exactly. So tell me this though. When you're reading the script for the role of Kenny, I mean, what were your initial thoughts? Because we haven't quite seen a character like this who has these superhero vibes. She's a strong Black woman, but she's always out there just on the edge. But
Got a
she's
lot
got
going
this
on.
but she's got this vibe to where she can get in and out of every situation, but it's very ghetto style.
When I first when I first found out about it, I was like, oh no, this is terrifying. What? What? And they were like, please, like Tyler has requested for you, like just check it out. And I'm like, I'm not gonna get this. Like, look at like what? She's because I didn't know the full story. I think I just had like a couple pages for the audition. And so I got the call back and a lot of things don't scare me, but I was like, I'm about to get this role. I'm about to get this role. And even when I went in to do it, like it was a room full of girls and they're dressed like strippers and hookers. And I had on baggy pants, a t-shirt. I had cornrows in my hair. I was like, I don't want to be a stripper. I don't want to be this. But little did I know that Kimmy didn't either. And at that thing, at the callback, Tyler called me over and he was like, I need you to lead this show. Let me tell you about her. And he tells me the whole arc. And I was like, intrigued. I was like, she about to be doing what? What? And he was like, just figure it out. Tell me what you need to do it. Think about it. I'll send you the scripts. And I was like, well, okay, I'll read them. And as I was reading them, it was much like watching the show. I'm like, what? What? Like flipping the page. And I was like, I think I could do something with this. This is fun.
It is so fun to watch Kimmy. I like her evolution. I've been waiting for it because I was tired of her getting her butt kicked. I was like, come on, like fight back. And
Right.
we see her fight back. Like she comes out guns blazing. But I'm so happy that she did. And I love what Tyler did with the sister character. I don't want to give too much away. I don't know how far people are in. I know that all 16 episodes are out, but I have a sister and I would do anything for her. So to
Yeah.
see that flip side of her, the first time I saw Beauty in Black was while I was getting my hair braided at the salon. I was like, they're playing this in a beauty shop? Like, okay, like we in good company, like, okay, like we family, but it just gets more and more naked, naked, naked. And I was like, this is not my grandmama's soap opera, but I'm
Right.
here for it. Like, I'm here to see the character development. And I love, love how you're writing for your sister. Talk about the evolution. So we touched on the stripper part, which I think draws a lot of people in. We love to see some good bodies. And we do want to know what your summer routine is. We're going to need you to drop that because summer's on the way.
Got you.
We don't need to hear that. But talk about the sister aspect and like the softer side of Kimmy. And like, even though it seems violent, there's a purpose.
Of course. So the sister aspect in defending my sister was very easy for me to do. I don't have a sister, a biological sister, but I have a brother that is like my baby, Drew. We're 10 years apart, but I love my girls. I'm absolutely a girl's girl. I am a proud member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, so I have sisters all over. Sisterhood and riding for my girls. A lot of times I feel like as a woman, it's easier for me to stand up for my friends and my girls than for myself at times. Like, something happened to my girl, I'm like, oh, But me, it's like, well. So I think that Kimmy is the same thing, but of course, heightened in our world. For her, she can't stand up. She can't find the strength. But as soon as you get her sister, my sister, all things must come crumbling down to save her. So that was really easy because I know it comes from a place of love and she loves her so much. And that was very easy to connect to and to get, especially all that she's been through. And imagine her sister going through it. No, no.
Yeah, I like that. I like that storyline a lot. I will say another incredible thing about the show is the cast. I mean, this thing is loaded. Who do you enjoy working with the most?
Okay, so for season one, a lot of the things that I did, I didn't get to be with the crazy Belleries. And it was so funny because I was shooting my scenes, so I don't see them all the time. But one time I happened to walk in, it was some big living room scene that they were doing. And I was like, why do they talk to each other like this? Like, what is going on? They are crazy. So I really am excited for what is to come to have more interactions with them. But I would say in season one, I love every single scene with Mr. Ricco Ross, Horace. He just has such gravitas. And he's so good and so natural. And I love our scenes and our interactions together.
Yeah, no, Rico's cool. Rico's been out here for a really long time. If you go back and look at his IMDb, you're like, oh yeah, that's right, that's right. Oh
Yeah,
yeah, that's right. Like he's been killing it for a really long time, and he's great in the series.
he is. He's killing it.
We usually start this show with a little synopsis. It says Beauty and Black is an American drama television series created by none other than Tyler Perry. I mean,
Okay.
come on. He does what he does. And it follows a young stripper as she takes life as life takes an unexpected turn when she crosses paths with a powerful, wealthy, yet very dysfunctional family behind a cosmetic empire and a devious tracking scheme. Boom, boom, boom. See, that's I could never act, so that was. But tell us, run down your resume because you've been out here acting for a minute.
I have. So I always say I was a child actor, not a child star. I started acting when I was a kid. I'm from Houston, and I started in Houston doing community theater, any type of theater, anything. I loved it. I was actually a shy kid, so my parents were kind of confused that I liked to perform, and they're like, "Okay, well, if she likes this, let's keep it going." And I started modeling when I was like 7 or 8. Just people would ask, like, "Oh, could you, just friends of a friends." But then I got paid for the first time. And my mom was like, "Hold up. This isn't just her little hobby now. Like this could be a job." And my mom is an educator, so she went to a department head of the theater at the college that she was working at, and he was like, "Get her in class." So started taking class, and it turns out my mom signed me up for an adult class. I'm like 9 years old in this adult class, and the teacher was like, "She's ready to have an agent. Like she can go audition." So she connected me with her agent, and from there I started auditioning for TV and film, commercials. And around that time, Hurricane Katrina happened, and the tax credit thing happened in Louisiana, much like it did in Atlanta years later. And film started filming in Louisiana, which was considerably closer to me in Texas than LA. And the first real film, first job that I did was Welcome Home Roscoe Jenkins when I was 13, with Martin Lawrence, James Earl Jones, Margaret.
Which is a classic, by the way.
It is.
Let's note that.
It was a classic, or it is a classic, and it was such a great experience, and it kind of spoiled me to what I thought work was. Like the set, especially back then, it was the trailers, it was this, it was Hollywood and it's in its prime. Like we were having crab legs for lunch. Like, I had a driver, my mom had a driver. Like it was like, yay, this is my job. And it was when I got to set and saw all the sound stages, I was like, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. I was fascinated with the process of making a film. And so from there, I just kept at it. I graduated from high school and I decided to go to college. It was the choice, do you want to go to LA and start acting or you want to go to school? But I really wanted to attend an HBCU. And I went to Clark Atlanta University because I was like, well, Atlanta has at the time, a starting film industry, and for a young Black actress, that might be a good place. Tyler Perry is there. And I went to CAU, majored in film, and like immediately just started acting in the independent filmmaker scene in Atlanta, which I think opened up a lot of doors for me because a lot of those people are people who I even worked with in college. I see on All American Homecoming, my best friend, that was her show. Like, things like that. It was a really special time. And after I graduated, I moved to LA and just kept it going, kept grinding. And I didn't work for Tyler Perry when I was in school, like happened after,
Right.
but it all worked out in the right time.
But realistically, what is it? What is the climate? What is the landscape like out there for young Black actresses?
So I think there's two sides of the coin. All of the work that the actresses who came before us have done, we're reaping the benefits. The Diane Carrolls, the Cicely Tysons, I mean Taraji P. Henson's, the work and the things that they have advocated for and spoken out about, I get to play a stripper who's a bounty hunter. I get to play a victim of human trafficking who kills people. Like these wild things. But also, there is room for improvement in how Black women are portrayed. There's room for improvement in the way that we're seen and perceived. So I can honor what they're saying and still honor that we have work to do on our backs to be seen fully. There's work to do still.
Xavier Smalls, what is it like having him as your co-star? We see in part two and a little bit towards part one, he's kind of like your ride or die while Bestie's in the hospital.
Yeah. Xavier is so sweet. Working with him is very fun because Xavier is silly. So doing part one and part two, it's these high stakes, constant drama. And that was a hard part in general because the environment on set is so loving and so fun that I would have to, like so many times Tyler would be like, it's not sad enough. Like, and like, I'm sorry, I'm having fun. Everybody's dancing and laughing over here, and we're over here like crying. Like, but Xavier is great. He's great to tap into, and we could get together. We worked before the show started to kind of just work on our bond, but he's wonderful.
Well, here's the real deal. This is the most important question. How much has your life changed since Beauty and Black? Because it's a cultural phenomenon. People are watching, people tweeting, people getting so excited. It's what a lot of people are talking about. So how has that changed how you maneuver in real life?
I actually haven't answered that or thought about that. It has changed, which is cool to see. I think that the show resonating with people and they're entertained by it, it does make me happy as an artist. I try not to like read online like all the comments and stuff. Like I'll see some things or like my friends or my husband will like be like, they liking it. But I can tell, people sending me memes. Like this is crazy. I think that it's really fun. You know how we are, how in Black culture when we get a hold of something and we start making fun of it and we start being like, ah, it's fun because I participate in that culture. So to be embraced and to have people watching it and liking it and want to see more and root for the characters, that's all that we could dream of, all that I could want in this moment. So it makes me happy. But my life has changed, just people recognizing me. Like I went to go speak to a group of students at my alma mater. I went to Clark Atlanta yesterday and I was walking outside and this girl goes, is that my
You famous.
Kimmy?
You
Like that.
famous now. You famous. You are definitely famous now. For real.
So
Yeah.
with that, what's been the biggest challenge, right? Because now you're in a leading lady role. So what have you learned now that you are a leading lady and how you
Ooh.
maneuver?
One of the biggest challenges that I'm learning is that sometimes, and I think it's in the world, I'm not even going to say our industry, the metrics move for Black people. With white people, they can achieve ABC and they'll be seen as this. For us, you're like, hey, I did ABC. And they're like, oh, well, not yet. It's not time. And I'm a very patient person. I'm very gracious. But I also am like, that's not right. This isn't right. And so I'm learning that side of things now more than before. And all it is, and I was really inspired when Kamala Harris with the presidential run and how that turned out. I wrote a movie that I was inspired so much. So I'm taking some of these things that I'm learning and these frustrations and channeling it to the things that I want to create and the things that I want to do. But that might be the biggest challenge is like, oh, it's like that. Okay.
That's
I
dope.
like that. Yeah, I like that you staying true to your filmmaking roots. Like she said, like low key, she wrote a script, because she low key dropped that she went to film school at Clark Atlanta University, which is dope. I don't have no problems with that.
Yeah.
It's right next door to Morehouse, so that's a
My
good
husband
that's a
is a
good thing.
Morehouse man.
Yeah, yeah. But as you know, I studied filmmaking and mass communications. You do it at Clark anyway. So it's like I went to Morehouse/Clark, but I like
Yeah.
how she low key dropped. Yeah, I got this script I wrote.
Right, you better pop your collar.
Yeah. But that answer, I love that answer for a lot of reasons. I also love that answer because when the Emmys roll around, you better be winning a lot of Emmys because we just had a movie about a stripper that won a bunch of Oscars.
Yo.
Hey, hey, I hear you.
I'm like,
Points were made.
we said that. You've established a precedent. Don't go backward now. It's wide open. Let's go. Come on.
Right.
Taylor's in the
Don't
house.
said it.
Yeah. No, Taylor's no, because it's a great performance. I mean, like I said, you're number one on the call sheet. It's a great performance. It's extremely watchable, and it's doing what art's supposed to do. It's getting people to engage with one another and talk about it and communicate with each other about it. And that's number one. That's what it's all about. And there are very few shows and very few movies that do that. And Beauty and Black is one of those shows that is most definitely, because the chatter has been enormous. And we love that. I love that. Like, I'm a huge Tyler Perry fan. Number one, because he gives Black women so many opportunities to work in front and behind the camera. And he's always done that. So, kudos for that. But Tyler just has that it factor. And now you're a part of his family. And this show is just, this is what it's all about. So, congratulations. It's incredible to see you just transform into this character and tell this story. It's so dope.
Please drop the summer body routine. We need to know because you are snatch put at now. What are we doing? What are we eating? What are we counting?
I work out 6 days a week. I won't even lie to you. Like, oh, you don't have to do anything. I work hard, but it's so good for you to do something. It's not hardcore every single day. I lift weights 3 to 4 times a week. I have a wonderful trainer. Her name is Nina Saigan. But a combination of weightlifting, Pilates, but every day I walk. I get my steps, which is something that we need to do in general. And then I'm really fascinated right now with learning about, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I'll be thinking they're trying to kill us with this food in America. So I'm trying to educate myself on eating more organically, sustainably farmed, all of that. And I really do see the difference in eliminating processed foods. I don't drink alcohol that much anymore. Like in college, that was like the culture, but now I don't really do that. I drink a lot of water. So all the things that we know, just taking care of your body and prioritizing the good things that your body needs. But I work out. I work out.
And it shows. It shows. And you're not wrong. It is. I think they say it's majority of what you're eating, and like alcohol is a big culprit. So it shows. Also, I have to ask, because I'm like one of those internet people who are real nosy. Who is in the photo behind you?
Oh, right here?
Mhm.
That's my grandmother. Well, I won't turn the camera, but I was obsessed with my grandmother growing up. She passed away in 2015, but she was a model. And so she has these beautiful portraits from like the 60s when she was young, and I love them. So I hung them up in my office.
I love that you have your grandma there watching over you.
Yeah, always.
Keep it in the family. Well, hey, it's been a lot of fun talking to you, Taylor. The show is called We Got Notes. I only have one note for you.
Okay.
And you need to take this note back to Tyler Perry and tell him to hurry up with the next season. Have you guys, I know it was announced, but have you guys started shooting? Are you reading? Like, where are we at in the process? Or you can't say?
I don't think I'm supposed to say, but
I'm saying, keep your job. Keep your job.
he put a picture up
He did.
to say that.
Yeah, I did see that picture on Instagram where you're in the office.
Yeah, and if you know him, you can infer.
Yeah,
What's already happened.
Hey, well, congratulations. Because at first I was confused because I already thought it was 2 seasons because I counted the first 8 as season 1 and the second 8 as season 2. But apparently that's just all season 1.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see, Tyler old school like that. He ain't gonna just give you 6 episodes and call it a season.
No,
Right? He gonna
it's
he
a
gonna
full season order.
yeah, no, it's a full, which is good, especially for the writers and people behind the scenes. But no, that full season order was tremendous. So I'm looking forward to season 2. Just hurry up though. That's my only note. Hurry it up and keep doing what you're doing because it's good to see you #1 on that call sheet. And Kimmy is such a fantastic character. It's like it's so cool to see.
Watch Beauty and Black on Netflix. It is out if you haven't already. Episode 1 through 16. Season 1 is yours. Season 2 is coming. Something I am very excited to share about, and I will have more information soon. I produced and starred in a short film, a lovely satirical dark comedy that brings awareness to endometriosis, and that should be coming soon. I'm an advocate for that. So that's all I got right now, but follow me on Instagram, stay up to date because I got more things coming.
Okay, Ava DuVernay. I feel you. I see you. I love that. Like she got a script. She just shot a short. Like I love it.
Yeah,
Multi-talented. Yeah, I love that, Taylor. Keep doing your thing. Man, we're gonna have a lot of fun watching you as you ascend in your career.
thank you.
All right, as you can see, we always got notes and we have lots of notes, but we appreciate y'all for chilling with us, sticking with us. And if you got notes, let us know and check back in next week for our notes on all, and I mean all the latest releases.
Don't forget to subscribe and like the We Got Notes podcast on Apple, Spotify, Amazon, or wherever you listen to podcasts.